In this video, we will show you how to file a hazardous waste disposal fee return. We protect all the confidential information you provide to us. First, go to the website cdtfa.ca.gov and at the top, click on Login. That will take you to the Online Services Login page. You must log in with a username and password. For assistance with creating a username and password, please watch our tutorials online. On the CDTFA Online Services Login page, we will enter our username and password. Then click Login. On the Online Services Profile page, under the Accounts tab, we will click on the Hazardous Waste Disposal Fee hyperlink. This will take us to the Hazardous Waste Disposal Fee account page. Under the Periods tab, click on the File Return hyperlink next to the return period for which you would like to file. In our example, we will file for the month of November 2020, which is displayed by its return end date of November 30th, 2020. This brings us to the Waste Submitted for Disposal page. Please note, you can click on the blue Help text hyperlinks for more information. For example, you can click on the hyperlink Exempt Waste. A pop-up box will appear displaying more information. Exempt waste is waste submitted for disposal for which the disposal fee does not apply, received with the manifest and written evidence of exemption. The written evidence must contain the following information: name of generator, site address where waste was generated, EPA number for the generating site, generator's CDTFA account number, if the generator is registered, type of waste, specific explanation of the reason the waste is exempt, signature and printed name of person making the statement, and telephone number and address of contact person for the generator. For audit purposes, the written evidence should be retained in your files along with the Uniform Hazardous Waste Manifest. You can click the X button to close the pop-up. You can also click on the non-RCRA hazardous waste, generally includes asbestos hyperlink. Pursuant to Health and Safety Code Section 25174.6, the fees for non-RCRA and RCRA hazardous waste apply to the first 5,000 tons of hazardous waste in each category disposed of or submitted for disposal in this state at each specific off-site facility by each generator or at each specific on-site facility per month. Any additional tons in each category are not subject to the fees. You can click the X button to close the window, enter your numbers, and round to the next whole ton. In our example, we have 100 tons of non-RCRA hazardous waste including asbestos, 50 tons of non-RCRA hazardous waste excluding asbestos, and 50 tons of RCRA hazardous waste treated to be a non-RCRA or non-hazardous waste. If you choose, you can save your work at any time by clicking the Save Draft button. Enter your password and click OK. You will then be directed to a confirmation page. Now that you've saved your draft, let's go back to filing your return. Click the Continue Editing button. We are now back to your return. After entering your numbers, click the Next button to continue. This brings us to the Review Waste Fees page. Any rates reflected in this example are for illustration purposes only. Please visit our website for current rates at cdtfa.ca.gov. If any waste submitted for disposal was generated by a federal government agency, enter it here. After your review, click Next. This brings us to the Schedule C page, Hazardous Waste Disposal Fee, Designated Treatment Technology Waste. Designated Treatment Technology is a hazardous waste environmental technology certified by the Department of Toxic Substances Control, DTSC, in accordance with Health and Safety Code Section 25200.1.5 that DTSC has also designated under Health and Safety Code Section 25179.7 as a method which will treat specified types of hazardous waste, to substantially reduce or eliminate the risk to human health and the environment posed by that waste. If the waste is treated to be non-hazardous, the fees on this schedule do not apply. If any waste is reported at the reduced rate, you must complete the schedule below. Please note, waste reported on Schedule C should not be reported on the first step of the return. Enter the tonnage in each category that applies to you. Round up to the next whole ton. In our example, we have 50 tons of extremely hazardous waste and restricted hazardous waste. Click the Next button to proceed. This brings us to the Review Schedule C page. Any rates reflected in this example are for illustration purposes only. Please visit our website for current rates at cdtfa.ca.gov. If any waste submitted for disposal was generated by a federal government agency, enter it here. After your review, click Next. On the Excess Fees Collected page, if you collected more fees than what is due, select Yes, then enter the excess fee collected. In our example, we did not have excess fees to report and will leave the zero amount as is. Click the Next button to continue. Review the Summary page. If you need to make an adjustment, click Previous. To print a draft of your return prior to submission, click on the Save Draft button. If the information displayed on the page is correct, click Next. On the Your Information page, review the pre-filled information and make changes if necessary. In this example, we are not the paid preparer and will select No. When all required fields are completed, click Submit. When you click Submit, a window will appear to confirm your intent to file electronically and that your return is true, correct, and complete. Please read this information carefully. Enter your password and click OK to submit. This will serve as your authorization and confirmation. You will not receive a confirmation email. This confirmation page represents a return filing only. Please take note of your confirmation number and the total amount due. We recommend that you print this page for future reference. To make an electronic payment, click on the Make a Payment button. To print your submitted return, click on the Print Return button. You can also share your feedback by clicking on the Online Services Survey button. Your opinion counts. If you still have questions, please call our Customer Service Center at 1-800-400-7115, California Relay Service at 711.